Welcome to the SciShow Tangents Patreon patron bonus podcast just for our Patreon patrons. It's me, Hank Green, your host. And joining me this week, as always, is our science expert, Ceri Riley.
Hello.
And our resident
Should I do a fun noise?
Yeah, do a fun noise. Make a big fart.
Oh, there we go.
What happened to you there?
I was like, should I do it with my cheeks? Should I go?
She didn't know how to make a fart noise.
That doesn't make it as good.
That didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's how you know. That's how you know you didn't grow up a little boy. You're like, I don't know how to make a fart noise. All of us. That's for sure. And our resident everyman, Sam Schultz.
Hey there, how's it going?
That's all I get.
Hi, happy to be here on this beautiful, beautiful day. It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. We should be outside.
I have a sunbeam shining on me, and that's.
I'm gonna go out after this, and I'm gonna call my mom, and I'm gonna do art in my yard.
That sounds so lovely.
Just project for awesome Hanklerfish.
Oh, because you have to make like 10,000 of them.
I have to make another couple hundred. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's going great. It's real fun. How are your moms?
I think my mom's doing great. My parents go down south every winter. They're snowbirds as of a couple years ago.
Oh wow!
So
can I guess where they go?
Yeah, dox my parents, please. No, yeah, you can.
Do they go to like the southern Texas?
No, gosh, no. You know where I was born, right?
No.
I was born in Mobile,
Hank
Alabama.
forgets this every time.
Yeah, I was born in Mobile, Alabama. My mom is from that area.
Okay.
So that's where they go back to.
They go to Alabama.
Yeah.
Do they go to like at least close to the ocean in Alabama?
Hank, they go to a dang island. They're surrounded by. They're surrounded by
those. I know about those. I've heard of those. I don't think I've ever been to one.
So they go down to the island I was born upon. And
wow. So if you did say the name of the island, it might actually be doxing your parents.
I think like 200 people live on the island, so it'd be pretty easy to find them. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad, and it's going good down there. Warm.
Yeah, they seem like they love it. They were looking at how they live in like a place that a friend owns, and they were looking at houses down there. So
cool. Wow.
I might never see my parents again.
Or you could go to like a nice part of the world.
That's true. We went there this winter, and it was amazing. We watched the sun. It's like you watch the sunset in the ocean. You just see it go, whoop. It's crazy. It's like a deeply moving experience to see just like the sun completely disappearing, and then it's just dark in an instant. It's so different than here, and I'm not really sure why, but it just is.
Got all these things on the horizon.
Yeah, all this crap in the way. Tree,
all
mountains, boo.
Ceri, do you want to answer this question? Is it okay? It's a weird question. Now that it occurs to me, I have no idea if it's a cool question to ask.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
My mom is good. We're building our relationship. She texted me that she's going to rent everything everywhere all at once.
Oh,
this weekend through Redbox. So, doing great. Thriving in the near Seattle area.
That was a lot of detail to give you specifically where she was renting it from.
Oh, this is the extent. I get essays and texts, and it's all like, here's we've got spring-like weather, sunny, 60 degrees today and tomorrow. Then back to showery 50s on Sunday and next week. And then just like next bullet point agenda of update.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
Very, very clear communicator.
This is how we show
better
our
than no
love.
communication,
Different
maybe.
people.
So I'll take it. We're learning.
So every week on SciShow Tangents, we have a Ask the Science Couch thing, and we love those. And we also get more questions than we can answer. We just do one per episode, but we get more than that. But we shouldn't let good questions go to waste, which is one of the things that we do here on the Patreon podcast. We answer some of your questions that didn't make it onto the show as quickly as we can. I don't know how we're going to do that, but we're going to try. Sam, what do we got?
All right. So the first question is from Klesbot, who asks, how much do individuals in colonies of ants, this is from the ant episode, make choices? Or are they more like the Ood in Doctor Who?
I think they're more like the Ood in Doctor Who, yeah? Uh,
I don't know
first
enough
of
about
all,
the Ood from Doctor Who.
does
They don't
anybody
carry their brains in their hands.
Oh, those guys.
They're
Okay.
the tentacly ones.
Right.
tentacly.
Right.
The action of making a decision is very weird philosophically, regardless. Like, if you get into it, have we ever made a decision? Are we just cascades of physicality with no agency? Ugh. Quantum physics doesn't solve the problem of free will like many people would like it to. And in that vein, ants definitely don't make decisions. So if we might not, ants definitely don't. Is how I feel. So like,
Is it
just
because it's all just
philosophically,
reaction
yeah, they're just following
to stimuli?
stimulus,
Okay.
various
Mhm.
stimulus. There's gonna be some subjectivity in the stimulus, but I don't think that you can call that a decision. Do you agree with me, Ceri? Do you want to fight about it?
No, I don't really like pedantic arguments about things we don't know about.
Yeah.
Well, would that even be specific to ants? That seems like it would be any animal, right?
Yeah. Any animal is like, well, and I guess depending on the complexity of that animal and
Yeah,
ants.
like I think that dogs might make a decision now and again.
Because they have a little bit more
Maybe.
leisure time than an ant does.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
It's weird to think from what the act of a decision emerges. Like, when do you get to call it a decision, and when do you just call it a reaction? And I
Whoa.
don't actually know. This is a philosophical question. I feel like more than a science question.
They don't have a hive mind, though, right? Like
They don't
they're not-
share their mind, no. But
right.
they have evolved into a situation in which they all act for the benefit of a larger whole, which is also kind of true of people, honestly.
Like the better way to categorize it, I guess, is if we want to take the decision element out of it. There are different kinds of ants that follow different or prioritize different reactions to things in their environment, perhaps out of for reasons out of their own control, but they instinctively care for young or follow pheromones to go look for food or defend the nest or pop out a lot of eggs and whatnot. And they are not a hive mind in that if the queen of a colony were to die, the ants wouldn't go into chaos because they don't take direct orders or aren't like mentally linked to the queen. They're all their own organisms. As opposed to the Ood, which are maybe all mentally linked, like a mushroom network or whatever. But the reason an ant colony would die if the queen died is because there would be a lack of ants. Like she would stop laying eggs, and then eventually the ants would just die of age, and then there would be no more ants. So it's not because they're
Right.
directionless. They would still be doing anti things.
They would do all the same stuff,
Yeah.
but they would all die of normal ant death reasons, and then there
Yeah.
would be no ants left. I wonder what the leading cause of death in ants is.
It depends
I
on
would
the
think-
ant. Probably
You think it's
Eating?
old age,
being
maybe?
eaten.
There's so
old
many
age
of them.
is an actual cause of death. That there's like something has to have gone wrong. Sure, they've reached the sort of like natural end of their lifespan. But did they have a little ant heart attack? Did they have an ant
Oh,
stroke? No, because they don't have circulatory system, so it's neither of those things. Do they just
What
like
the hell?
their digestive
when a-
system stop working? What is the leading cause of ant death? Hank asks
When
on
a-
Twitter.
When a bug gets old, what's wrong with the bug?
Yeah,
I would say like injury or exhaustion, maybe like a lack of nutrients.
yeah,
too.
probably starvation is up there for sure.
Mhm.
And an injury is probably quite likely, or being consumed, which might count as injury. I don't know, where do you put like eaten by ant lion or anteater or any other ant specific predators, woodpecker? Like, what does that count as? Consumed? We don't have that one on the list of human causes of death. Luckily, that's nice. That's a nice thing about being a person.
Mhm.
My friend Paul answered my question and said that the leading cause of ant death is antacid.
Oh, Paul.
Okay, that's kind of true though, because anteaters, their stomachs don't produce hydrochloric acid. They don't produce stomach acid, but they get formic acid from the ants that they eat, and so the ants get digested within their own acid.
Ants digest
in an anteater
themselves. Ants
Yeah.
digest
So they
themselves.
rely on the
Fuck
acid
crazy.
released by
Sari,
ants.
can I use that? Because I'm going to be on a podcast. I'm supposed to have a good fact, and I'm looking for one.
Do you want my spreadsheet? But yeah, you can use that if you want. It's on the spreadsheet.
The way you ask
Um,
Ceri for a cool fact is to text her at 12 o'clock at night, the night before the podcast, okay?
Yeah, don't you know that, Hank?
You got to follow
Yeah.
the rules.
Much like a magic 8-ball, you summon me in the middle of the night and are like, what? But yes, you can use that fact.
All right. Have we only done one question? We've only done
Yeah,
one
we're out
question.
of time.
Rapid fire. No, are we out of time? We are out of time.
I have a surprise though, kinda.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So a couple months back on the podcast, Ceri revealed that she had hosted a bunch of educational videos while she was at MIT, and we watched a little bit of one about lizards regrowing their tails. So originally, I wanted to watch that whole video and goof on Ceri, except I watched it and I was like, this is just good and normal. It wasn't even funny. Fortunately, Ceri also sent me some other videos that she did at MIT, and I found one that is a real gem. So, Ceri, do you want to set up what we're going to look at?
So one of my on-campus jobs, after I made many videos for many purposes, but once that attracted the attention of the biology department, I worked on a molecular biology course on edX called, it's 728X, which is the MIT number for the molecular biology course. Did a lot of animated videos for them, editing, filming, whatever. And then they needed to make a trailer for it. And they were like, we need a student in the trailer being amazed by molecular biology. You're the only student we know. You're the student worker who does the things here. And I did a lot of narration for them too. So I ended up narrating the first part of the trailer, but then also being directed by my supervisors to act amazed by molecular biology.
Don't give it away too much, okay?
Okay.
It's really only the first 20 seconds that we have to watch.
Used to wear a lot of rings.
Do you feel like studying biology is just memorizing hundreds of protein names
I was
and
wondering
functions?
about the rings.
Wake up and take a different approach with MIT Biology 728X. You'll experience an approach to learning infused in experimental
Hi,
research
Pac-Man.
with
How you
animations that
Hi,
make complex
Pac-Man.
details come to life.
Oh,
Wow.
protein.
Protein. That's really the end of it. You can just watch that first 20 seconds over and over again if you want to.
Horrible.
Because I just really like...
Baby Ceri.
I really like the face you make when you're so excited about science.
And
we did that.
Pac-Man.
Probably
Yeah.
like 5 different takes. And they were like, Ceri,
Mhm.
more excited. Because I'm not the most emotive person. And especially as an undergrad, I was very reserved. They were like, Ceri, you got to do more excited, more excited. And I was like, okay, one time I'm going to do it really goofy and you're going to hate it. And that's the take, of course, they used in the final video where I accidentally flung my pencil across the room.
Oh,
that was you
accidentally.
being-
That was just acting, Ceri. There it goes.
That was
It's
you
gone.
being really goofy.
That's as goofy as Ceri gets.
Wow.
Yes, that's maximum goofy. I'm worried that you and Pac-Man like have had a thing. Like you had a little fling. You were really happy to see him.
Yeah, hey Pac-Man. I think it's what is it? It's one of the things, the enzymes that helps with
Yeah.
DNA replication is what
Yeah.
Pac-Man is.
Oh, it's the
So-
clipper guy. Is it the little guy that goes snip, snip?
No,
No?
it's not a.
Isn't there a snipper guy?
There's a snipper guy, but I think this was like a polymerase or something.
I could have gone.
The one
to
that
MIT.
cradles the DNA strand and
I bet I
helps
could have.
Yeah.
tack on additional things.
How'd you do in this class?
I never took the class.
Oh,
They just had me work on it. I took cell biology, which I also worked on the course for, but molecular biology, I don't think I ever took because I had already completed my electives for my biology degree. And then the last thing I had to do was petition. Well, I was supposed to take a very intensive lab class in which I learned how to write scientific papers. And then I was like, what if instead I overwhelm the deciding committee with the hundreds of hours of videos that I've made about biology
Genius.
and stuff
Mhm.
like that. And so I wrote a big proposal and I was like, does this count as my thesis, like my undergrad thesis, instead of me taking this class that's going to make me spend 40 hours a week in lab or whatever? And then they said yes. So
Yeah, whatever.
got out of it. That's the secret. Do a bunch of other work and then say, I don't want to do that one. Will you give me a biology degree? And the answer was yes.
I have a question. So underneath this video on our show flow, there's another video that I clicked on, and it's from 14 years ago from an account with one YouTube subscriber. It has 3 comments, all from the same person.
Okay.
And
What is this?
Oh no.
Okay, wait.
Sam.
So everybody, we can watch this one again. We can watch this one real quick too. So this was a video that Faith revealed to us earlier today. And I thought, well, we're watching one old video. We better watch the other one too. So let's watch it real quick.
Why don't you ever want to fly with Peter Pan? Because you never land. Whee! Think happy thoughts,
So for context, this is a video from 2008, 14 years ago, and Sam and I were talking about like search engine optimization and putting tags on YouTube videos and how you don't really have to do that anymore. And I was like,
the video you did.
This was the video, yeah. So I when uploading this video, it was August 2008. I just tagged Obama, and then it got like 6,000 views like immediately, and I was like, great. It's not even a little bit about Obama or any sort of politics.
No, and that's why they don't use tags on YouTube anymore.
And that's why. It's also just 50% credits.
Well, it also I like that it does make it clear, just so you make sure you know what the joke is.
Yep.
You didn't get it. How old were you in 2008?
8th grade.
Okay, perfect.
Wow.
How old are
That seems
8th
right.
graders?
I was 2 years into college at that point.
We don't need to talk about how old we were at that point.
I was also in 8th grade. We're the same age, Faith. I didn't even realize.
Well, there you
My
go.
my years match up with the years so I was in 1st grade in 2001.
It's very convenient.
Also, in 2008, I was a professional YouTuber.
But were you as professional as me? See, I knew all the hacks.
Yeah, this got
were you putting Obama in your
6,000
videos?
views.
Most of the rest of the videos have like 12 views. So 6,000 was,
Yeah, no, it's huge. I do want
was
to know
up
who
there.
your one subscriber is.
So do I. I have no access to this account whatsoever.
I love the comments too, where the first one's like, yeah, it was okay, I guess. And then the same person comments, who knows how much longer later, saying, actually, now that I think about it, it wasn't that good. It could have been better. Brutal.
And also, all of those comments somehow happened like 2 years after the video came out.
Yeah. Yeah. He also did not like the guy flying around.
So annoying.
It's so annoying.
And that was my intro to voice acting.
It's great.
My entire voice acting career.
Intro and outro to voice acting.
Think happy thoughts. Think happy thoughts.
Oh, is that what he's saying?
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
how
he
you
was saying
fly.
spaghetti. I thought he was saying spaghetti box. But that makes way more
That's
sense.
funnier. That's funnier. Spaghetti box. Spaghetti box.
So those are my little presents for you guys. And then
Thanks, that was a lot of
this will
fun.
be published in video version too, so you guys at home can
Watch
play
along.
along as well.
Yeah.
And if you ever find an embarrassing video of me, just don't even look at it, I
Don't.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, that's my new mission.
Luckily, I don't have any embarrassing videos on YouTube. So,
Now that's the thing about being a child rather than a professional YouTuber. You can hide your past.
everybody, thank you so much for coming and being on the podcast today. To Tuna and Faith as well, and to all of you for being patrons of SciShow Tangent, so that we can continue to make the funnest podcast on earth, the best science trivia game show podcast that exists. It's called SciShow Tangents. Tell people about us. But more than anything, thank you for your support as a patron. It's wonderful for us, and I'm very grateful that you care enough about what we do to support us in that way, and I'm grateful that we can come to you with an extra special episode. I didn't have the mic pointed at me, so I did not sound great that whole time, but that's fine. It's fine.
You sounded like
It's
you
fine.
were far away, like you were shy.
It's a little farther away. Yeah. It's a very directional mic. And we will see you next time on SciShow Tangents regular, and then soon after that, here on our special video and audio just for you. Goodbye.